All right, so do not sit on the first row. Yes. Yes. Hi, nice to meet you. Okay. Oh, awesome. All right. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate all your hard work. Yes. All right. Oh, you're so welcome. All right, thank you. Pardon? Your next of kin. Oh, sure, that's fine. All right, so everyone, one of the rules in this court is you are not allowed to talk to inmates who are in the box. The deputies are in charge of security, and when people start talking to inmates in the box, they go on high alert. And what I can tell you is if you talk to any of the inmates in the box, what's going to end up happening is you are going to be asked to leave the courtroom, and you will not be allowed back in the courtroom unless you're coming as a witness. Does everyone understand? All right. So today is Tuesday. It's a great day because we're closer to Friday than we were yesterday. So it's the small things. So I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, I need for you to rise and let me know that you are here. If you don't answer, I'm going to assume that you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. In custody, we have Pedro Solis, Nathan Martinez, Alberto Villarreal, Richard Casanova, Steve Chavarria, Dennis Pellegrini. In custody, we have Corey Wardlaw, Gabriel Maurice Gobert, Carlos, thank you, custody, Ruben Agular, custody, Jordan Estrada, custody, Laura Martinez, custody, Arita Maldonado, thank you, Tomas Hernandez Jr., Juan Ramos, Aldo Solis, custody, Audrey Bash, thank you, Otilo Espinosa Ruiz, April Rose Garcia, Joel Francisco Garcia, Nathan Martinez, custody, Joseph Krueger, custody, Zayden Ali, Alvoid Todd, custody, Renee Camarillo, custody, Amanda Champion, custody, Kashana Halby, thank you, Richard Wallace, Nathan Martinez, Thilda Thanasuk, custody, Isaac Chavez, Natasha Morgan, custody, Exo Estante. All right, thank you. Joshua Zamorano, custody, Alisa Gonzalez, Alisa and Gonzalez. And Mr. Munoz, that's your case. All right, is there anyone here and your name was not called? Yes, sir, what's your name? I'm sorry, what? All right, we'll look up and see what's going on, okay? Anyone else? All right. The rules of the court, attorneys, just grab your file, place it on the prosecutor's desk, have a seat. They're going to call you in the order of appearance. If you have someone in jail, request them from the deputy. Once you request that person from the deputy, do not leave the courtroom because we have a limited number of deputies, which means for security purposes, only a limited number of inmates can be in the box at the same time. When we're on the record, please do not approach the court coordinator and please do not talk behind the court reporter. If you are talking in the box while we're on the record, just ask the deputies and they will move your client to the end away from the court reporter. If your client wishes to speak to the court in a language other than English, we will need an interpreter. Just let the clerk or the coordinator know, and we will call an interpreter down. Once you requested the interpreter, please do not leave the courtroom because we have a limited number of interpreters and they're only in each courtroom, unless it's a jury trial, for approximately 5 to 10 minutes, no more than that, because they have other courts to go to. Do not approach the court unless you've conferred with the state and conferred with your client. If your client is on bond, you need to confer with probation. Probation, if you'll raise your hand. Probation, yes, this is probation. So make sure you confer with them, because I guarantee you, if you have somebody on bond, whether you worked out an agreement or not, the first thing I'm going to ask is, did you all confer with probation? Or either I'm going to ask probation, what does probation say about whatever agreement you all propose to have? Please pay attention to that sign with Ms. Ferguson that says, do not approach while we're on the record, because I try to give everyone 100% of my attention when they're before me. And I know you will want that for your argument and your client. Once you have conferred with the state, conferred with your client, just approach, let the clerk or coordinator know. They will place your file here, have a seat. I'm going to call you in the order of appearance. The only exception will be if someone needs an interpreter. So everyone, let's have a good day today, and please confer with kindness and a smile. All right, you may confer.
And the only effort and basically that's where we are. I'm not non-negotiable. It's a week. And it's normal. And people have to do it.
All right, Tomas Hernandez. All right, so you're requesting jury trial, is that correct?
Yeah, it's enhanced.
All right, how long do you expect this trial to last? All right, Ms. Ferguson, 2 days, jury trial, criminal trial division. Okay. Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, October. All right, it's going to be October 1st. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court, but you always do. Thank you. All right, so once you all sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you. Just have a seat and your attorney will bring the reset form to you. All right, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, no.
Yes, so we can see what's going on with it. All right, thank you. Yes, hi. Hi, welcome. Hi, nice to meet you, John Michael. Okay, all right, awesome. Great. Oh, hey, there is not going to be any patience needed with you. I know your mom, so I know you're already ready to go. And I can just throw it. No, I'm just going to look at him and say, I'm calling your mom. I got her number. This is what I'm just going to do this. I'm ready. Sure, no, but welcome.
When he's down here at the file goes up,
All right, well, welcome. We're going to have fun. All right. All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Good seeing you. All right, you two have a good one.
Children like you. So my daughter. And my son is 25. And I'm not asking why they can't. You know, I have
All right, Mr. Gore, if you'll come forward.
You can bring your conversation.
Hello, Mr. Gore. Good morning. All right, so these are the issues. I understand that what happened to you is you were in prison and then the state hit you with this case and they probably should have taken it care of before then. But we are where we are now. And where we are now is you need to complete your courses. I mean, okay,
Hey, please, quiet.
okay, so he's completed parenting, anger management. He has the proof of employment. Is there anything else that he has not completed? Just one moment. So every other class has been completed? All right, could I see someone from family violence, please? All right, this is Mr. Gore. So can you let the complainant know his case is expiring September 29th, 2024? Yes. So that's when your case expires. Yes.
I have paperwork right here.
What do you mean the probation is in the way?
Also, I have probation. Fortunately, I have 9 months.
Mhm. Okay. All right, who's the complainant on this case? Okay, and how old is she? All right. So state, he's completed all of his classes. And this is a case where he was in TDC. And then all of a sudden he gets hit with this case after he's released from TDC. which I don't like for that to happen because I think somebody's in TDC, everybody knows where they are. Case should have been handled. So if you want to see what you want to do, as I said, he's completed everything.
I mean, I'll take a look. I don't think we'll do much for him because he only had 1 year on the underlying sentence.
Mhm.
So not too long, and he's almost done in a month.
No, he's done.
Well, I thought it was September.
No, I mean, he's completed everything.
I mean, did this file anything?
No.
Okay, well, if we file something, and I can talk to Charles, I think he has something else coming up, not today, but I'm sure I'll see it soon. So I can
Oh, well, Miss Ferguson, call Mr. Bonk and see if he can come over. All right, just have a seat. Thank you. And if he can't, let's see if we can reach him by phone. Yes. And Mr. Don, I just don't want somebody to lose employment because of this. Yes.
No, I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Oh, thank you. All right, Aldo Solis.
He's in custody, Your Honor. I am present.
All right, Mr. Solis.
Standing here for a setting.
Yes.
Trial setting.
All right, Miss Ferguson. State, how long do you expect this trial to last?
That's great.
Okay. All right, Miss Ferguson, can you set this for jury trial 2 days?
Which day?
Oh, she's gonna give us a date. She's gonna give us a date.
Ah, okay. You're in. So,
Ah.
there's years of rock and roll.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you. All right, so it's gonna be October 8th.
October 8th.
Yes. You'll be brought over dressed for trial in whatever clothing you have at the jail.
Uh-huh.
If you wish to be attired in something different, let your attorney know and we'll do a
Yes.
clothing exchange.
He has trial clothing
All right.
there.
All right, thank you. We'll see you then.
Okay. Good.
And state, on this case, has an acknowledgement of discovery been completed?
Yes, it has.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, thank you. Okay. Hi. Hello. Good morning. All right, who's on Maldonado? Arita? Thank you. And counsel, you're on this side. All right. So counsel, in this case, do you have all of the discovery? Have you signed a discovery acknowledgement? State, has a discovery acknowledgement been done on Mr. Maldonado Rita? All right, thank you. And my understanding, this is going to be a jury trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
And-
all right. All right, Miss, how long do you expect this jury trial to last?
About 2 days.
All right,
Yeah, I was there on the side of caution. For 3 days.
all right. Miss Ferguson, this is a jury trial, 3 days, criminal trial division. And what I can tell you, Mr. Maldonado, is that we've been in back-to-back trials. So when you were on call to come for this court, we started another jury trial. And then we had a jury trial last week that went long, and we just finished a jury trial.
It will be November 4th in Impact.
All right, it'll be November 4th in Impact Court. All right, is that a good date for you, counsel?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, so we'll be back on November 4th. You'll be not in this court, but you'll be in Impact, and currently Impact Court is on the second floor. And counsel, when you go to Impact, just make sure that they know an interpreter is needed.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused, but Ms. Ferguson will give a reset form to your client as well.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Oh, and I'm sorry, once you sign the acknowledgement of discovery, then you're excused.
Oh, okay.
All right, thanks. All right, do you have any questions, sir? All right, thank you. Do you need me to sign anything?
Yeah, but I still have it blank.
Oh, I'll fill it in.
Okay.
And it's for this case, correct?
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Thanks.
Good morning. Oh, no, what word? Oh, I didn't receive any word. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, no problem. I have to swear in jurors all this week. So I'm not going to be here till 9:30. Oh. Oh. Well, I hope the accident I hope nobody was injured. Oh, yeah, no problem. Oh, take your time. Oh, yeah. Just one moment. All right, find out who his defense attorney was and see if we can have that defense attorney come. Mhm. Okay. Yes, because is he actually, find out from probation if they actually transferred him to safety. Morning. Yes. Yes, if you speak with Zach.
Oh.
Yes, if you speak with Zach in probation. All right, thank you. I think he's trying to reach the complainant. Otillo Espinosa Ruiz. All right, thank you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right, today is your plea deadline date. Are you entering into agreement? Are you entering into agreement? Or are you requesting a jury trial?
There is no agreement at this time.
All right, so your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not consider any plea bargain agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plead open to the court. Do you understand? All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date. State defense, how long do you expect this trial to last? 2 days, Ms. Ferguson. Okay. All right. All right, it's going to be November 4th in Impact Court. Have you all already done an acknowledgement of discovery? All right, if you'll sign the acknowledgement of discovery before you leave, and Ms. Ferguson will give you your reset form. All right, thank you. Thank you. Yes.
My client, my participation, all classes. Incarcerated, but
So what are you guys going to be asking for? All right, so have you conferred with probation? All right, so are you going to allow her to do an oral motion? All right, so we're going to go into the record. All right, thank you. Oh, no, there's nobody before you. All right, court is calling. I'll have your client come up.
Yes.
And were you able to let the complainant know? All right. All right, so before we go on the record, what I can tell you on these cases, I'd like the complainant to know. So,
If I may, Your Honor, the complainant was my client's daughter.
oh yeah, I know. Well, here's
She's
the,
aware, but
all right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go on the record. I'm inclined to grant the early termination, but on these cases, I'd like for the complainant to be made aware. So, even though I'm gonna grant the early termination, most likely, it's not gonna be placed in the system until August 22nd. All right, is that okay with everyone? And that will give the state time to contact the complainant. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 3144, State of Texas versus Ajay Gore. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense? And are you Mr. Gore? All right, defense, do you have an oral motion?
It was placed on 1 year of education. September 21st, right up to a year. It's my understanding, I've talked to the state on probation. He's completed all of his requirements, but completed all of the classes. So we're asking the court grant our motion and terminate.
All right, probation. If you could come forward, please. All right, could you give the court a report for the purposes of the record? And if you would state your name.
Probation is recommended.
All right, why unsatisfactorily? All right, no. All right, so that's what you're recommending?
Yes.
All right, and state, do you have any objection to early termination? All right, so the court will note for the record that Mr. Gore was previously in prison. He was released from prison, and then this case popped up, but the case had been around while he was in prison. The court thinks and feels that when you have people who are in custody, that these cases should not just be around and no one's doing anything with the case because the person is in custody. So I'm taking that under consideration when I make my decision in this case on whether or not to terminate him satisfactorily, unsatisfactorily. Mr. Gore, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. All right. All right, are you currently employed? How many hours a week do you work? 75? And what do you do? All right. And did you take all of your classes that the court required for this probation? All right, so you took parenting twice? Mhm.
With that,
All right, what did you learn about parenting?
we take my daughter are older now. She wasn't accurate on her statement. She could apologize for it. She told me her issue was she was a mom involved, not just dad. So it's working. It's feel like parents should both have the same rights to mom. So communication basically is what I work with. Even when I'm not understanding, I just try to talk it out. And we don't use no more. We don't do spanking.
Okay, and you took anger management class? And what did you learn from that?
Yeah, it's hard. Come to that, you just need to breathe. What I do now, like, I'm upset about something. Honestly, started doing what my mom did when I was a child, which is to need a baker. It works. After Mary David.
All right, Anita Baker. I don't know if she has any songs about parenting. I like Anita Baker though. Sweet Love. All right, what do you play?
I don't know all of this. I will cut it on this playlist. Like, they don't want to talk about it.
All right, that's okay. Sweet Love should be at the top. All right. All right. And I'm assuming that you provide financially for your child? Okay. You know, back in the day, I remember you could take a child for clothing for school. This tell you how old I am. And your parent would spend $100 and you're set for school. I'm assuming you can't do that anymore. $100, what does that get you? Some socks? Ah, okay. All right. So this is what the court is going to do unless there's any objection from either side. I am going to terminate your probation as of August 22nd. That will give the state time. I know that your counsel is saying that your daughter, you have custody arrangements with her mother, but I always like to be sure that they're aware. So state, is August 22nd enough time for you?
Yes.
All right, and the court is going to terminate the probation satisfactorily. Is there anything else from either side? All right, and that will be as of August 22nd, not today, August 22nd. All right, anything else? All right, thank you. Lindsay, can I see you? Oh, I'm so sorry. Can I have that file back? I just forgot to put it in Odyssey.
Garcia?
All right, who's here on Alyssa Gonzalez? All right, hi, if you have her come forward.
She's not present in the audience.
Oh, where is she?
I have not had recent contacts. Current number I haven't filed was straight to voicemail. And I reached out to the pretrial officer to see if she's had any contact. Updated info.
All right. So is she on a PR bond? All right. Deputy, could you make an announcement in the hallway for Alyssa Gonzalez? Alyssa Gonzalez.
But if you want to call me.
Okay. All right, could I have a prosecutor from Criminal Trial Division, and this is a PR bond? We're going to go on the record. Court is calling NIMAG number 760843, State of Texas versus Alyssa Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense? All right. And Deputy, did you make an announcement for Alyssa Gonzalez? And thank you. All right, the court is in receipt of a first violation report from pretrial services. They stated that they've attempted to make contact with all of the collateral contact numbers that they have, and they have not had any contact with Ms. Gonzalez. Defense?
Illness, actually, very PR bond. She was actually coordinated Center for Healthcare Services. My understanding, she has not picked up any new offenses or reoffended, that she has had contact with the pretrial officer at the Capitol. At this time, however, I believe she may have a new number or non-operational number. She again has not been charged with anything new. Her case is pending potential damage by the state of Texas. And we're requesting a little more time to get her into compliance.
All right, state. All right, the court will issue a judge's warrant, remand your client without bond. If she makes an appearance, the court will reconsider. All right, we can go off the record. I can also seek to reach out. I'll send another email with pretrial services just to make sure that she hasn't contacted them today.
Yes.
So I'll hold off on my signature once to see if she's had contact with them. Are you all okay with the court doing that?
Yes.
All right. All right.
Information is furnished to me, I make contact. I can bring her into justice. Entertain that.
Yes. Oh, and have you seen the violation report?
Yes, sir.
Oh, because I was to make sure you had all of the contact numbers.
Oh, yes, they said.
All right. Thank you. All right. Who is here on Carlos? Yes, that person. All right. I'm promising you, I'm going to work on the name. There are a lot of vowels. I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do with them. Teniente. Teniente. All right. Mr. Carlos Teniente. Yes. All right. I'm going to try to remember that for next time. All right. So where are we on this case with regards to discovery?
Discovery looks intact, Judge. We believe it is complete at this point in time. We did receive post initial offer.
Mhm.
My understanding, the state needs to reach out to the complainant one last time. That's the actual offer. Hopefully, next setting. So it's our understanding that this is short reset for that.
All right. How much time are you asking for, state? All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I could have a 2-week reset on this case on Mr. Teniente. Yay. See, the vowels that are talking in his name, that's correct. Other people, they let every vowel speak. All right, September 9th, is that good for everyone? All right, we will be back on September 9th. Yes. Yes. Sorry. Norma, can you come around here for a moment, please?
There's two different things in this about the.
So I can.
Okay. Lay that. Well,
My.
I don't know.
Yep, that's how you.
What's her name? Do you have one? Who's- who's your friend?
Yes, please. And I'll let you know sooner. I'm just waiting for them to send me an email. Hello.
I did.
All right. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
You don't think the word for me?
Yes. All right. Thank you.
I missed that.
Oh, I'll turn it to them. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one. Nice seeing you.
Nice to meet you. That's- Okay. Sure.
Mr. Ali,
Mr. Ali.
you have a seat in the front row at the end, please. Thank you. Oh, here, this.
All right.
No, in the front row. You can sit. In the front row, right there, go all the way to the end, and sit there. Thank you. Yep. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You don't need to.
All right. Thank you. And Nora, I'm sorry, what page did you say Ali was on? Thank you. Who's here on Isaac Chavez? All right, where's Mr. Chavez? All right, are you all ready to proceed on the motion to revoke? All right, how long is that going to take? All right, so if you'll email them and come back so I can have some idea. Thank you. Yes. All right, thank you. Norman, that's very efficient. Before I even get it to you, you're done. Yeah. Norma, I don't want to have another hearing on that. Norma, can I see the file on Joel Garcia, please? All right, thank you. All right, Joel Garcia. Are you employed? All right, so Ms. Ferguson, on this case, if you can recall it for Thursday, is that possible? All right, so we're going to bring you back on Thursday. Your attorney is actually in Williamson County. How far that is, I don't know. I'm working on my Texas geography. All right, so once you sign the reset form, you can be excused. All right, thank you. Oh, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. I appreciate that. State, Joel Garcia, who's on page 4, that's going to be recalled for August 22nd. All right, who's here on Nathan Alexander Martinez? Who's the attorney? Hi. Nathan Martinez? Okay, all right. No, no problem. All right, as soon as he's out, just approach. Okay, no problem. If you could already look, counsel, and see when you think that will be. Okay, okay. Okay, no problem. All right. Dennis Paul Pellegrini? Yes. Hi. All right. Okay. All right, we'll take.
Probation, are you on probation?
Excuse me, sir. Are you on probation? All right, so you need to sit on the first row. You were late. There's nothing she can help you with. All right. So, Deputy, when you get a chance, could you make an announcement in the hallway for Dennis Paul Pellegrini? All right, so just have a seat and we'll take it up. All right, probation, Isaac Chavez is going to end up being reset. All right, Mr. Chavez, if you'll come forward. And who is the state on Chavez? Mhm. All right, so this is what we'll do. Ms. Ferguson, on this case, set it for a contested hearing within 30 days. And if it's contested, you all will be prepared. If it's not contested, then it's not contested. Yes. All right, it's going to be September 12th. Good morning. Right. David Martin. Hi.
Can't put me on blast like
You know,
that.
well, I'm telling you, my mom always asks about you. She's like, I miss David.
Oh. That's sweet, but Raymond's way better than I am. He's
Yeah, she,
Spanish.
well, you know what? She's getting to know Raymond.
Mm.
I know him because he was my intern previously. That's why he knows what I mean when I say it's all fluid.
Mhm.
Your Honor, we're ready to approach on Nathan Martinez and the court.
All right, just give me one moment.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes.
All right, that one's done. Okay.
Step outside. I'm gonna need you to step outside. We're still recording it. Step outside. It doesn't matter, you were about to take a picture. That was my first rule. Do not hold your phone in a position where I may think that you're doing something.
All right, Nathan Martinez. All right, so I understand that there are calls that need to be made.
Yes, Your Honor.
How much time are y'all asking for?
Since it's admin, I don't know. I mean, I would be requesting at least 2 weeks, Judge, and I can maybe push it pretty hard.
All right,
to get into
2
a meeting,
At least 2 weeks?
at least. Yes.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you recall this in 3 weeks? See, I give a little extra.
No, pushing.
September 9th.
You all want September? Well, let me see just 1 second before you say September 9th. Because that's sort of right after the holiday. And I know I said 3 weeks, but can you set it the week of September 16th?
How about, the 17th? This week.
All right, is everybody okay with the 17th?
Fine with the state.
That works for Charles and myself, Judge. I can't speak for Miss Kramer, but at least some of us can be.
All right. I'm sure you'll be able to be here. All right, so we'll bring you back on September 17th, okay? All
Thank you,
right,
Judge.
thank you,
Thanks, Judge.
thank you.
Are you done?
All right, and I'll give you these files back once I've had a chance to review. All right, I just have, and this is 227? All right, who's here on Lorinda Terango? All right. And this is from the 227th?
Yes, Judge, good morning.
Good morning. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 2468, State of Texas versus Lorinda and Terango. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
David Martin.
defense?
Marissa Giovanco?
And are you Ms. Terango?
Yes,
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
We have, Judge.
Did you review it with your client?
We have, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Terango, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on an indictment as presented?
No, Judge, we're gonna proceed on the lesser included offense of assault causing bodily injury. Class A misdemeanor.
No objections.
All right, is that going to be family violence?
No, it's not.
All right, Ms. Terango, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes,
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury as a Class A misdemeanor?
yes,
Range of punishment is up to a $4,000 fine and up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand?
yes,
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes,
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
yes,
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
yes,
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
yes,
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to a $4,000 fine and up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail? Did you understand?
yes,
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do believe she
Do you
does.
believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I do.
Ms. Terango, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
no,
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
no,
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
yes,
Are you a U.S. citizen?
yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
According to the plea, state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, and they're recommending deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
yes,
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
Did you sign it in both places?
yes,
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
yes, I,
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for 1 year. There be no contact with the complainant and anger management. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
yes,
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
no contest,
State any evidence.
Offer states one with the attachment.
No objections, Judge. I have gone over it with my client.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Waiving Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney?
yes,
Did you understand it?
yes,
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes,
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
yes,
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, my client has no criminal history. She works for the U.S. Attorney's Office, is that correct? And she's been there for
10 years.
10 years. She is an upstanding citizen and she made a mistake, with a
Not made a
teenager.
choice.
Absolutely. She made a choice and she understands that and is accepting responsibility for her choice. And we just ask that you follow the plea bargain, Judge.
All right, so what happened?
We were at a volleyball game and the child came, it all started off with the coach. And the coach's child was bullying one of the other kids. And I went down there to break it up. And anyway, the girl called me a bad word.
Mhm.
So my husband at that point got up, we got up to leave. And I was talking to one of the parents and well, they got up and they left and they came through where I was standing speaking to the other parent. And I made a bad choice
All right.
because she did call me another name again.
Well, I understand. So you just can't do that. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I see the game was forfeited because a lot of parents just left.
Yes.
All right. And the complainant, she's not related to you at all? This is the coach's child?
No, this is just another girl that played on the team.
All right. Well, I don't know when people will address bullying. My mom would address it head on. All right.
Well, I got in trouble for it.
Yeah.
And just one more thing, the other concern is my client's daughter still does play volleyball. And so I believe there is the possibility and likelihood that they will be at the same volleyball game. She understands she's not to talk to this child. She understands she's not to, sit next to
She's
them or
just gonna
talk
have
to
to
them.
drop her daughter off and
Okay,
wait in the car.
okay.
Sometimes these are consequences for our actions. So she'll have to drop her daughter off. And if anybody's being bullied, report it. And if that doesn't do it, because I'm assuming these are organized sports
Yes.
and they have higher ups. If there's an issue with the coach who's allowing the girls to bully each other, then you need to go above his head, or as they say, go above his pay grade. And sometimes when you throw the words in, well, I guess I'll have to get an attorney. That's usually when people stand up and listen. So if you put it in writing, I'm not telling you what to do, but I would put it in writing and say, this is what I witnessed. There's bullying going on. The coach is not addressing these issues. I guess after you, my next step is to contact my attorney. Then usually people pay attention. And I would also suggest that you tell them that you want to see their handbook, because they should have a handbook. All the organized sports are supposed to have a handbook like the schools do, what their rules are. And that way, when you send whatever letter you're going to send, you can go to a specific rule. And if they don't have a handbook, then they should. All right. All right. Do y'all want to speak of length of probation?
Again, Judge, my client is an upstanding citizen who's been a government employee for 10 years and she's never been in trouble before. She is motivated, understands what she did was wrong. She is motivated to do anything that you ask of her. And we ask that you follow the recommendation from the state and to keep it at 1 year probation.
The 1 year's our record.
Oh, see, but defense, since you told me to keep it at 1, I was leaning towards 6 months.
We're okay with that as well, Judge.
Well, you're gonna make an argument.
I reiterate all of my previous arguments, Judge. She will be successful. And I think this was a one-time mistake and I think 6 months is sufficient.
Okay. That just turned on a dime. We should bring Mr. Cox in here. Mr. Cox, you want to join in the argument? State.
I
And
will
I do
absolutely.
have to tell you, the child I was defending was not my child. It
Okay.
was another child.
No, I appreciate when people step up. I think we all owe a duty. It really takes a village to raise children. My motto is always, if you see something, say something, not, act physically, unless you have to, because there's no one else around. All right. State, I know you're asking for 1 year. Do you have any objection? It is a misdemeanor. She doesn't have any priors. At least that's what's being presented to me. there are underlying circumstances with why this happened. Is there any objection to the court going below your recommendation for the community supervision?
In the courts.
All right, thank you. All right, and then, of course, if you are unsuccessful or if they feel it needs to be extended, it can be extended up to 14 months. You understand? Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Well, actually more than 14 months. You can be extended for 2 years, okay? All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 6 months deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs. There's to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no contact with the complainant. If there are still volleyball tournaments, which I'm being told there are, you're just gonna have to drop your daughter off, you understand? And wait in the parking lot.
Okay.
And you can always do the audiobooks in the parking lot. There's always something to do.
And Judge, she does live in Brewster County, if we can transfer to Brewster County.
Where's Brewster?
Alpine.
Where's Alpine?
These were my questions, Judge.
Have you ever heard of Solis State University?
Where's Soros State University?
Big Bend.
Okay, Big Ben.
Yes.
All right, awesome. So Brewster, can you spell that? I don't want to mess up.
BREWSTER.
Oh, it's like the women of Brewster Place. Okay.
Who are the women of Brewster Place?
Oh my God, you should be embarrassed for saying that. Although Zach doesn't know either. So
Thank you, Zach.
I got you.
there's going to be a transfer to Brewster County. I'm going to order anger management. Probation, is there anything else she needs? All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful on this probation?
No.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. I am not going to be the judge that is supervising your probation. Of course, probation technically was supervised, but if there's an issue with your probation, you'll have to go to the judge that sent this case to me to accept your plea. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone, is probation going to give her conditions here, or is she going back to the 227th? All right, who needs the report?
I'll give it to her. Thank you, Judge.
All right, well, that needs to go back to the 227th.
Yeah.
Clerks, do you all keep that? Oh, excuse me. Oh, the clerk said it's their papers. All right, thank you. All right, who's here on Keisha Halby? What is this?
Your Honor.
Oh, sorry, this goes with that as well.
Your Honor.
Yes, Keishan, Kishana. Who's the attorney for Kishana Halby?
Bridget Garza.
Oh, she had to go to the 226. They called her.
All right, do you want to step in and take the plea for her now? It's deferred.
Well, I think I'll defer to her.
All right, thank you. All right, so we'll wait till your attorney comes back. She had to run to another court. All right, who's here on Juan Ramos? All right. State, is this criminal trial division?
It is.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date. How long do you expect this trial to last?
2 days.
All right, it's 2 days. And it's criminal trial division. Sorry, this will be the soonest we can get to you. I see that you are set to impact. We've just finished back-to-back trials. So we're gonna give you a date, okay?
Judge, given the length of time he's been in and the resets by both the state and the court, would the court consider a reduction in bond to 25,000?
All right, if you all follow it, I'll consider it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right, November 4th, is that an impact or here? All right, it'll be November 4th in Impact Court.
Is that the earliest the courthouse?
Yes, we have, I think, 3 murder cases coming up. All right, have you received all of the discovery? Did y'all do a discovery acknowledgement?
I don't know if we have an acknowledgement. We'll have to check because we got discovered early, but we'll check before November 4th.
All right, thank you. Do you have any questions, Mr. Ramos?
Oh, no.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay.
Just give me a moment. Let me check. And you said Pellegrini?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I have that. Yes, we're gonna take it up.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
I just have to.
Okay, sure. And guys, what page 1 Ramos on? All right, thank you. All right, the parties on Pellegrini.
Yes, sir.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 0079495, State of Texas versus Dennis Paul Pellegrini. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Peter Calderola for Mr. Pellegrini, Your Honor.
All right, this case was previously set on August 19th. The defendant was a no-show. The court recalled it for today to have defense attorney to appear and also for the defense attorney to contact your client. The parties listed on this is Gail Calderola.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm standing in for Ms. Calderola.
All right, any objection to his standing in?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I had the deputy to make an announcement for Mr. Pellegrini. Deputy, what were the results?
Announced his name 3 times, Judge, and there was no answer.
All right, defense, have you had contact with your client?
Previously, Judge, we did have a working phone number. I have since tried to contact my client this morning. Got no response, was sent a voicemail, and I have also sent an email to my client, which I have not received a response from.
All right, and is he on a PR bond, Ms. Ferguson? All right, state.
Your Honor, the state would ask for a bond forfeiture.
All right, that will be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, and I would suggest calling the bondsman. Usually they know where they are.
I will give him a call. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Excused.
Yes. Thank you. All right. Yes, this one. You're welcome. And I'm sorry, Norma, which page is Pellegrini on? All right, thank you. This does the probation. All right, who's here on Audrey Bash? Hello. And does she have any warrants? Norma, can you check on cause number 2024 CR 2272 to see if there's a warrant on that case? We're just checking. Hi, good morning. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
She was processed, there was a prior FTA, but she had processed on that already.
Okay, I just want to make sure so that she doesn't leave here and then there's an issue.
Okay.
All right, so where are we on these cases with discovery?
I believe I have all the appropriate body camera videos. There was a offer tendered.
Okay.
I discussed it with my client. At this moment, we're asking for some time so that I can still talk with her and go over some videos. There is a new case, a second degree unlawful carry weapon with the prior felony conviction.
Okay.
That's awaiting indictment. And I believe the offer it's a plea offer for the package deal.
Okay.
But she has some questions about that new case. I just need some time to go over that with her.
All right, how much time are you asking for?
30 days.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 30-day reset. All right, that will be your plea deadline date. Just have a seat and Ms. Ferguson will get the reset form to you. And we're going to check on whether or not there's an issue.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, there's no warrants.
Yes, he's out. Ready to approach the member.
All right, just give me a moment.
Oh, you mean a probation?
I know Jordana. That's curious.
So.
All right, who's here on, Bridget Garza's not here yet? Okay. Laura Martinez.
Present.
All right. All right, and what are we here for today?
Hey, Judge, good morning.
Good morning.
It's our first setting in the 187th. My client had been in the state hospital for quite some time.
Yes.
They found her competent now. I talked to the state this morning and there's a referral to the mental health court.
Okay,
And I just wanted to put that on the record and let the court know that's what I've talked to the state about.
all right. Norma, this is gonna be a referral to mental health court. How much time do y'all think it will take?
I'm uncertain how that process works, Judge.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you all a reset, and Ms. Ferguson, you'll give them the form?
Yes, sir.
All right, she'll give you the form, and maybe if you take it over there and let them know you want to be put on the docket
Yes, Ron.
as quickly as possible, and that she's recently regained competency. What date, Ms. Ferguson? All right, so we'll do September 19th, but you may be brought back sooner than that, okay?
Okay,
Do you have any questions about anything?
no, I'm gonna be in jail.
Yes, but I'm gonna make sure that this process moves very quickly.
Okay,
All right, so that's why your attorney is gonna take that information, because mental health court is right on the opposite side of this courtroom. So he's gonna go over there and make sure that they see you as quickly as possible.
okay,
All right, and so it's best for them to see you in custody because that'll make it move quicker. So if they haven't started their evaluations yet, they may be able to get you this week, but probably at the latest next week.
okay.
All right. And if you have any questions, your attorney can speak with you. And if he needs to bring you back before that time, he can.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Kashana Halby, and after this case, it's going to be Ali, Ganal, Camarillo, and Krueger. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 6687, State of Texas versus Kashana Halby. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
And Fair Salem.
Bridget Garza.
And are you Miss Halby?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Halby, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision or Deferred Adjudication with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes.
Ms. Halby, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of assault public servant bodily injury? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes,
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Ms. Halby, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration NIMAC number 734176. And there's to be restitution in 734176. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is that the plea?
Yes.
State is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of repeal paragraph with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 150 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Stand in exhibit 1 and attempt.
Any objections?
No objections.
Did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in, the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Thank you.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we're asking the court to proceed with the recommendations of the ADA. Ms. Halby lives independently. Up until this arrest, she was employed with the city of San Antonio. Unfortunately, because of the arrest, she was terminated. She is currently seeking employment. She does have a supportive family. Her mom is present in the courtroom. Her mom has been present at every court appearance. She is remorseful. She just made a terrible, terrible mistake. She acknowledges her mistake. She is willing to comply with all the conditions that you impose upon her. She's asking the court to give her an opportunity. She will follow all of the court's directives.
Right. So who is Mr. Napoleon to you?
Napoleon, it's our old classmates.
All right. So why was he in the car with you?
We was going to HEB for grape juice.
All right. So what's your relationship?
With him?
Yes.
Oh, this is our old classmate. My friend already had that.
What do you mean your friend already had that?
Like that was her man. And I was just with him to wash the laundry in the back of the car.
So you're with him to watch laundry in the back of the car, but you all are doing groceries. I don't understand your story.
Oh, we was on the way to HEB, but before we got to the apartment, I just wanted grape juice. So that's how we went to HEB. That's
Okay. So the officers are saying they could smell marijuana. Why are you around people who have marijuana?
yeah. I don't have no answer to that one at this moment. Looking back on it now, maybe I should have been like, don't get in the car with it. But it just happened.
No, I mean, stuff don't just happen unless somebody is forcing you to do it. So police pull you all over, and then you are kicking the plexiglass in the back of the car. What were you hoping to gain by doing that?
Then my anxiety, like in my head, I thought I was getting kidnapped. So I was like, let me get out this situation.
What do you mean you thought you were being kidnapped? They're police.
I know, but also I can't, like, yes, they are trusted by the law, but I personally don't know the man. So that's why I was like, okay, it's just when I get put in the like if I can't get up and leave when I want, my anxiety start rushing to the room. So now, oh yes, ma'am, I made a mistake.
No, you made bad choices.
Oh yes, ma'am, I made a horrible choice.
So here's the thing. I don't know about your anxiety. I don't know what's going on with that, but I do know if the police are doing an investigation and they put you in the back of a vehicle, you're not supposed to kick a plexiglass because then you're going to end up back here. And I know you're not supposed to hit an officer because then you're going to end up back here.
Yes,
And then I don't understand the using the racial slurs.
yeah, I was mad, but that was very disrespectful because I wouldn't want nobody to call me XYZ, so I should not have said XYZ, you know?
All right. So you say you have bad anxiety or high anxiety. So are you receiving treatment for that?
No, I have no insurance with the city. I would love to get treated to see, because I feel it now, like my legs get weak. It's like, it's not a bad anxiety. I see real anxiety attacks. I don't think I get anxiety attack. I think it's something else because my heart be coming out my chest.
Okay. All right. If I could speak to her mother for a moment, because I'm trying to figure out what's going here, what would be the best conditions of probation for her. So if you'll step to the side a little bit. Hello. I'm doing okay. I like your shirt. That's the Scooby end, but with Bugs and everybody. We will watch that show all the time. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, if you can lower your hand and make sure you keep your voice up so the court reporter can hear. Okay. All right, and could you state your name?
I'm Bernice Elizabeth Halby.
All right, Bernice Halby.
Bernice Elizabeth Halby, mother to Kishana by Renee Halby.
All right, so I'm going to follow the agreement. But when people are placed on probation in this court, I want them to be successful. So I don't do cookie cutter probations where everybody get the same thing. So I'm trying to figure out, what do you think she needs? She's saying she has high anxiety. Has she ever had any mental health treatment, or do you think she needs to see someone?
I believe Kishana does have anger issues. I believe her anger issues has started since she's moved out of the house. I believe that as any child that has moved out or wants to get out on their own, they make their own decisions, they make their own friends. I believe Kishana had got mixed up in a crowd that she shouldn't have been mixed up in. And as every parent, when children come home for Sunday, so we have Sunday dinner every Sunday.
Mhm.
I had noticed some changes, and I said, "Is everything okay?" I'm a very active mother. I try to make sure I keep in touch with my children, know what's going on with my children. I knew something just wasn't right. I had spoken to Keisha the morning of the incident. Well, let me go back. That Sunday, she had came for Sunday dinner, and I was looking at her car. She has paper plates, and my husband told her father, said, "By Renee, those plates are no more good. You need to go to car people and get the plates replaced." She said, "Oh, she said, I'll call them." And so I think I called her on Monday. No, I did call her on Monday. And I said, "Did you go get your plates?" Because I was concerned about those paper plates. She said, "Well, Mom, I'm on my way." I said, "Okay." I think an hour later, I get a call from my husband telling me she had been arrested. I didn't know the full of the story, but when we did get her out, I did get her out that day. She told me, she said, I acted rationally. She said, "Mom, I panicked. I kicked the officer." She said, "I said some things I had no business saying, and I just shook my head." So I would recommend with support, and not to hurt her, but yes, I do think that she doesn't have patience.
Hmm.
And I don't know where's that coming from, where that behavior is coming from. But overall, Keyshawn is not a bad child. She's a very good child. She's been raised in a very good home. I felt like we raised her to the best of our abilities. I've been on my job for 20 years. We've been hardworking people. Keyshawn in middle school and high school was involved in sports. She played volleyball. She played tennis. She's very successful at whatever she does when she puts her mind into it. I think she just got into the world, and the world just influenced her to do bad things.
All
If
right,
I'm
so,
saying that correctly.
all right, so does she live with you, or she lives by herself?
Keishana does live independently. Keishana did have to move back home, and at this time, I think what really set it off, Keishana was living in an apartment. She got evicted because.
So is she back at home with you?
No, right now she's on her own, but
Okay.
during the time of this incident, she was going to get evicted. She couldn't pay her bills, so she did have to move home. I believe that kind of set off her little anger issue because she was upset at that because she had to come home. And I did explain to her, so it happens to every child. I said, so you shouldn't be upset that you have to come home. Because sometimes you just have to come home, get yourself together, and get back up on your feet. She was able to come home and live for up to December. January, yeah, January.
Okay.
She came back and she was pretty much okay. And she's in an apartment now. She's doing well. I was sad that about she lost her job with the city because they did the background check.
Okay. All
And
right. All
but
right.
otherwise, now she's not racist. I didn't raise her to be racist.
Okay.
I don't know where that slur came from, and we did have a talk about that.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me know and giving me some insight. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, you can come back. And I want to let you know, your mother's testimony did not hurt you whatsoever. What she's told me is exactly what is in the police report. All right, is there anything else before the court makes its ruling?
No, Your Honor.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to a $1,500 fine. That will be probated. Court will sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. Taking consideration night mag number 734716. There's to be restitution and night mag number 734176. There's to be no contact with DeAndre Napoleon. That's DIEANDRE Nantray. Napoleon. There's to be 150 hours of community service restitution. What are you planning to do with the rest of your life?
I wanted to go to the medical field. I don't know.
All right, there's to be 150 hours of community service restitution. That will be waived upon completion of some type of trade school or higher level of education. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs. There's to be anger management. And do a referral maybe to Center for Healthcare Services or see if the MIC caseload is appropriate for her. If it's not, then it's not. So referral to Center for Healthcare Services and MIC evaluation, and that will be out of custody. And field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. And then at probation's discretion. Probation, is there anything else she needs? I'm sorry? Thank you. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Anything else, probation? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, sir.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. We can go off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If you have an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court and we'll see what's going on.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Judge, there's just one other matter.
yes.
If we can have her drug tested so that we can get a baseline.
Is she gonna be positive?
Yes.
All right, so what are you using?
Oh, this week.
Don't do like, oh, just weed, because you're not supposed to be using drugs at all.
Yes.
It messes with the brain. And I know some people think weed, oh, it's fine, but then usually it ends up leading to other things. All right, probation, can we have her do a UA today? Is that possible? All right, so we'll do a UA today. And it's to attain a baseline. And please make sure they test her, and if her levels go up, bring her back to court.
Yes.
Oh, and go ahead and do a TAP evaluation, and that can be done out of custody as well. And if TAP recommends inpatient treatment, we'll start with outpatient treatment. Anything else?
Nothing further.
Thank you for bringing that to my attention. All right, they'll go over conditions with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, is there anything else?
Violation on the pretrial.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, just give me a moment on that. All right, and I'll give you the Halby file in just a moment. I have to put something in the system. Zaidan Ali.
Hey, Judge.
Hello.
We were in impact court last week. We just needed a trial date.
All right, why are you late for court?
He was waiting for me. I was waiting for him.
Now, here's the thing. Court, you know where court is? Court is in the courtroom.
I understand that.
All right, so here's the thing. There are rules that are in place. And you need to follow those rules. I've been a defense attorney. I would tell my clients all the time, hey, you need to be in court. There's no, I'm waiting for my attorney, because guess what? If something goes down, guess what we were always taught in law school? You know what the number one thing is as a defense attorney? Don't you end up going into custody. That's what they would tell us. They're like, if you walk out of the courtroom, everything is okay. So if there's an issue and you're not here, you know who's going to end up going into custody? You are, not your attorney. You understand? All right. So, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date. State, how long do y'all expect this trial to last? 2 days. It's 2 days. It's criminal trial division. All right, it's going to be October 1st. That's the earliest we can get you in because we have a couple of murder trials that are upcoming.
Yeah, Judge, I have a murder trial that's set September 30th in Houston.
Mhm.
If it doesn't go, I'll be here.
Okay, all right. We'll make note that you may have that trial. Just let us know if you're going to be in jury trial, but you need to be on time on October 1st. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to let you know, it's just the only reason I was late is because I was confused because we had to go to a different court.
Okay.
And then like I don't know if you remember from last time.
Impact court.
Yeah.
The impact court. And so it mixed me up. I was in impact court and I was like, oh shit.
All right, so now you know. All right,
Wait for
thank
me
you.
outside. Outside.
Lana Ganal.
That's me. But I just wanted to approach.
Yes.
The judge increased the bond or remanded her for a
Mhm.
pre-trial violation.
Yes.
She wrote this letter to the court. She wanted to see if the judge would reinstate. Oops, sorry.
All right, have you conferred with the state?
No, I haven't.
All right, if you'll confer with the state, and is she in custody?
No, she's out.
So she needs to come in the court. Is she here?
No, that's my question. Did you need her to be
Yes,
present?
she'll need to be present.
Okay. Okay,
And-
come in tomorrow.
Well, just a second. Norma, what page is Ganal on?
She's not on the docket today, Judge.
Oh,
It's
okay.
because of the pretrial violation.
all right.
So
All
you
right.
need her to be present
Mhm.
till Thursday? Okay.
All right, who's here? Renee Camarillo?
Statement, but.
All right. So on this case, where are we on discovery?
Judge, I have gone through all of the discovery and I do believe I have everything.
All right, was an offer tender?
I was just about to discuss it when she got.
Okay, all right, I'll let you guys step
Thank-
back.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Just have a seat.
Want her to be on silent.
Who's here on Joseph Krueger? Oh, and Maria, if you need to take a break, just let me know. Hello,
Judge.
good afternoon. So let me see where we are. All right, so you're scheduled for jury trial. Is that still the case?
Yes, Judge. We were in impact last week and we got sent back here because they ran out of time before they could get to our case.
All right, and the court was previously in trial the previous week and then this week. How long do y'all expect this trial to last?
2 days. Maybe 3, but I think we can get it done too.
All right, Ms. Ferguson on Krueger, it's criminal trial division. It's a 2-day trial. All right, November 4th to impact.
November 4th, yes, Judge, we filed, but I don't think it's been accepted yet, a motion to set bond. Once those are in there, may we approach with an order and we'll confirm the state ahead of time.
Yes, and if you want to, if you'll speak with Ms. Ferguson, she'll put it on the docket, and if you bring a copy of it to me, because you know it gets lost somewhere in
know.
the system.
I think that's what happened, Judge. I filed it. I don't know what's going on. It's all messed up. But I will bring an order and I'll confirm with the state on it.
Okay, all right, awesome. Just whenever you want to set it.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Judge. You said November 4th, yeah?
Yes.
Thank you. Well, motion set, it's separate e-filing. Somewhere, so I'll check on it. I'll bring it on the order tomorrow. We'll chat about it. That's about it. Thanks, sir.
All right, who's here on Mr. Casanova? Hi.
Morning, Judge.
Morning, how are you doing?
Good, thank you.
I'm so glad you and your mom had a great time.
Oh, it was so much fun. The weather up there was delightful also. It was like 80 to a high of 80, like
Oh, that's
50s at
awesome.
night. It was magnificent, but they had mosquitoes the size of ponies out there.
Oh, the size of ponies? Did you put a saddle on them?
You what?
Did you put a saddle on the mosquitoes?
You could ride them probably if you wanted to, but I did not.
All right, where are we on Mr. Casanova?
Yeah, this is our first indicted setting, Your Honor. I've spoken with my client this morning. He's provided some information to me that I didn't look into. I've gotten written discovery. I've looked at all the written discovery. I haven't gotten through the audio and the visual.
All
discovery.
right, and State, were you able to tender an offer?
We were able to tender an offer at this time, but again, with of course, the knowledge that council wants time to kind of have a full grasp of what's all at play in this case.
All right, Norma, in this case, if you can give me a plea deadline date in 45 days, please. All right, we're going to come back. And what's going to end up happening, this date that I'm going to give you is going to be your plea deadline date. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement. If you have not reached an agreement, what will end up happening is your next setting will be a jury trial. Do you understand? Sure. All right, October 7th. All right, do you have any other questions, sir, about anything?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's here on Joshua Zamorano?
I am good.
All right, and where's Mr. Zamorano?
He's in the box.
All right, come down, please. How's it going today, Mr. Cox? You're still in every court in Bear County?
Good. Every day is a good day.
Oh, and I saw Mr. What is his name? Mr. White. He seems to think that Arkansas is going to be doing things this year.
He says that every year,
He does.
and every year he's disappointed.
Well, he said he doesn't understand about you in Florida, but I'm not gonna interfere in that. You know, I'm just seeing what we're gonna be doing. But you think Miami's gonna be doing something?
In the first game.
Okay, Daniel's shaking his head like no. Well, is Dallas gonna be doing something?
I don't have to go for that.
Okay, we got laughter and choking. Is the Texans gonna be doing anything?
Oh, I like the Texans. I
Yeah,
like the
that's a
quarterback.
pretty good team. I like it.
I like that quarterback.
Is Pittsburgh gonna be doing anything? Vashawn is not with us today.
Yeah, I can say.
But all right, we got a lot of coffee going. Deputy, who do you think is gonna be doing anything? She's like, she doesn't know, but she knows those teams will not be doing anything. We're gonna see what the Saints gonna bring today.
Watch out for Baltimore.
Oh, Baltimore, I need to watch out for Baltimore. All right.
Pick that out. They got their, Bexar weakness. They picked up a running back.
Oh, well, we shall see. I think after the, I don't watch the preseason because that's just practice. Practice.
Just
Practice.
Not a game.
We're just talking about practice. So I will say after the first, not even after the first game, after the two games, you'll see what home cooking they're serving up. So we're gonna see.
Interesting.
All right. On this case, what is happening? Why are we
Oh,
here?
just, I said it for a,
Bond?
vote for bond, set a bond on yesterday. I said it because for some reason, a bond wasn't set on this case. He was remanded without. And the state and I had an opportunity to discuss the case. And, we reached an agreement. We
All
don't
right,
know
let me
what-
put it on the record. All right, court is calling Night Mag number 744844, State of Texas versus Joshua Zamorano. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Yeah, you asked the bar for the state of Texas.
For the defense?
Cornelius Cox.
And are you Mr. Zamorano?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we are here on an application to set bond. Have you all had a chance to confer on a bond amount?
Yes,
The
Judge.
record.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and have you all come to an agreement?
Yes, Judge, a $10,000 bond.
That's correct.
All right, and I do see that a mental health assessment was completed. Mr. Zamorano, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Joshua Zamorano?
All right. Have you ever had any prior mental health issues?
No, Your
All right. So if you are this family,
My mother.
all right. Did you pick up the phone, call your mom and ask her, may I stay with you until I get back on my feet? See, people always just assuming that mothers are going to say yes. So you haven't asked. So if she says no, do you have a place to live? All right. So the other thing, have you ever used any type of drugs in the past?
Way in the past.
And what would that be?
Just marijuana.
How far did you go in school?
Completed. 12th grade.
All right. And what are you planning to do with the rest of your life?
So I want to actually, I've been watching news lately, and there's a lot of youth that are out there that's committing crimes, shootings, stuff like that. So I actually want to try to mentor youth.
Well, before you start mentoring youth, you gotta.
Couple businesses, start a foundation, something like that.
When's the last time you had employment and what were you doing?
I have my own business, so I do mechanical work. So last appointment was before I got arrested.
All right. So state any other conditions?
Say what I asked for GPS.
There's a low GPS. Okay, I understand. Defense, I'm assuming you don't want GPS?
No, yeah.
All right, so here's the thing. If I give him GPS, then I will set his bond at $2,000 because I know there's some issues with the GPS. So he can obtain GPS, have a $2,000 bond, and what I'll do is I'll do partial GPS for employment. I always believe in giving people things to think about. You want to discuss it with your client?
Please.
All right, I'll have you all discuss it with your client. And then we'll come back. Who's here on Renee Camarillo? Are you all ready?
Yes.
And everyone, we're going to take our break at noon. All right, so you received all the discovery. State, were you able to tender an offer?
Yeah.
How old are you?
17.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I'm going to recall this in 45 days for a plea deadline date. If you need less time than that, you can always come back, but you're very young, so I want you to have a chance to think about the impact a plea will have on your life. All right?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, we'll be back on October 7th. Again, if your attorney wants to bring you back over sooner than that, she can always have you brought over sooner, all right? Do you have any questions about anything?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Something like that.
Yes. Oh, just give me one moment. I just want to make sure I put this in the system. Are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, just give me one moment. Just let me put this in the system. All right, we're back on Joshua Zamorano. All right, we're back on the record in night mag number 744844. So, Mr. Cox, have you had a chance to confer with your client?
Yes, ma'am.
And what do?
My suggestion, Judge, is that, GPS, we ask for track, so he can be tracked everywhere he goes. And the reason I say that because normally when they put them on partial, there's always an issue with the GPS. Anytime they want to go to look for a job, they won't let them go. They call me. I got
Oh, we can settle that right here now.
So
do you guys have a schedule for him to be allowed to look for employment?
Judge, business hours, 8 to 5.
All right, 8 to 5. So it'll be partial GPS for seeking employment. And then once he has employment, you can come back. Defendant allowed to seek employment Monday through Friday. From what time, state?
Just 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
8 a.m. And I'm gonna say 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. because that'll give him time to get back home. All right, so your bond is gonna be set at $2,000. There's to be partial GPS. In order for him to obtain employment, he's allowed to seek employment Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Holidays excluded.
Court waive fees.
Waive GPS fees.
Thank you.
And I'll add, because they always ask, GPS until further notice. All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further.
All right, you need to abide by the conditions that I've set for you. If something happens and you do not, I'm going to get a report from pretrial services, and depending on what happens, we'll have a hearing and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, thank you. Oh, just give me 1 second. Let me just put this in the system. All right, the final two cases I'm going to take up are Thilda Thanasuk and Ruben Aguilar, and then after that, we are going on our break. Ruben Aguilar. Hello, good morning. So where are we on this case with discovery?
Judge, I think we've completed discovery.
I believe so. Yeah. I don't-
Discovery is completed?
I think so.
Has an offer been tendered?
Yes, Judge.
Does your client need an opportunity to think about the offer? All right, how old are you?
I'm 41, man.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you recall this back in 3 weeks for a plea deadline date. All right, September 10th. All right, we'll come back on September 10th. On September 10th, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer or have come to an agreement. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Number, which page is he on?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, what time do you want us to come back?
It's gonna be 1:30.
1:30?
Yes,
Back that time.
thank you. All right, who is here on Thanasuk?
Your Honor, for police and court, I'm here on her.
All right.
Which side was it?
Just one moment. All right, are you all ready to proceed on the motion?
You are, Your Honor.
All right, could I have a file stamp for an MTR, please? Thank you. Court is calling 2023 CR 0562A, State of Texas versus Thilda Thanasuk. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Gear.
Defense?
Robert Featherston, Your Honor.
And are you Ms. Thanasuk? Yes. Are you the same Thilda Thanasuk who was placed on community supervision in 2023 CR 0562A for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on March 23rd, 2023 for a term of 10 years? Is that you? State?
Yes, Your Honor, violated condition number 1 on or about the 7th day of July 2024 in Bexar County, Texas. The Thanasuk committed the offense of possession of controlled substance in violation of condition number 1.
Is that a supplemental?
It is first admitted, Your Honor.
I doubt. All right, before I have you plead to that, did you review the First Amendment motion to revoke community supervision with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes.
All right, then to violation of condition number 1, how do you plead, true or not true?
Waiver of any violated condition.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $2,500 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement? Yes.
Is to grant the motion to revoke Mr. to alter an amendment of 5 years TDC, and also to take into consideration cause numbers 2024 PF 06414, which is the possession that she just pled true to, and then also a failure to ID out of County Court 4, which is 2024 PF 06415.
All right, is there going to be any objection to the court? Adding the $2,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Thanos, are you asking the court to follow this agreement? Are you waiving your right to appeal? Then the court will follow your agreement. The court will sentence you to 5 years in the prison. Revoke. The court will take in consideration 2024 PF 06414, 2024 PF 0641, sentence you to 5 years in the prison. There's a $2,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. Did you review the document? I don't know if you get all of these or not. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. How old are you, Ms. Thanos? You're 40. You're gonna have to start making a decision. If you're gonna continue with the life that you're living, you're gonna wake up and find that a majority of your life has been spent at a prison or in custody. You're in your 40s. Let me just tell you, when the 50s hit, then you really start seeing time quickly passing you by. If you have a drug or alcohol problem, you can get help for that. It's free. When you're released from prison, if you can't find a place to go, if I'm still here, as they say, God willing and the creek don't rise, you can come back here and I will pick up the phone and call somebody so you can get into treatment. You understand?
I'd rather do the time in prison.
Oh, that's when you get out.
10 years probation, I just kept,
Yeah,
and I need to be.
I think we're gonna end up seeing you back, but good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused? Yes, yes, she said time and money to run.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Your Honor.